Oh, I think I'm on. Hey guys, I'm gonna let everyone come in because this is a huge learning curve for me and nothing went like I thought it was going to go. So I literally had to start over a whole new live. I have no idea what I'm doing. I thought that I had everything organized and I scheduled everything way in advance, and it did not go like I thought it was going to go. So I want to give everybody time to realize what's going on, and then I will go through the questions. I've never done this before, so I didn't expect a lot of people to come through here. This is something that I'm trying because I want to be able to deliver something consistent to you guys, since YouTube is not something that I've necessarily been focusing on, but I love the support that I get from you guys that I've gotten over the years, and I love talking about natural hair. I love talking about my new lock journey, and so I want to be able to share my new journey with you guys. So my plan is to try doing the live YouTube videos. I don't have to worry about the stress of editing and things like that. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm gonna pull up. I submitted a post for people to leave their questions about me being 5 months locked. It's already 5 months. I can't believe it. I feel like it's going extremely fast, and it's been an interesting journey. So I can't wait to answer your questions, but let me pull up everything here. Let's see. And I got a good amount of questions, so I'm happy with that. So since I know I'm going to save this on my channel, I'll go ahead and get started for anyone who doesn't get to catch it live. Again, because I know you guys are not used to me doing this. Like, what are you doing? So July 24th is my lock-iversary. It's when I started my lock journey. I decided to do Microlocs instead of sister locks, really because I like, number one, let's talk about the price. And I'm like, well, I don't want to pay someone $1,000, especially with the length I started with, for something that I feel like I can do myself. I've always managed my own hair, and so I wanted to have control of my journey. So that's why I decided to go with the Microlocs, the DIY Microlocs. I have about, I know I did a lot count video, and my count came out to like 540. I don't think it's that high. I don't know, because I created some new ones in the front, and then also I've combined some locks because I did them so tiny, and there were just some locks that I felt like were way too small and probably were not going to stick around very long if I didn't combine them. So I have combined some locks. So I'm going to be able to see the chat. I can't see the chat, guys. I don't know what I'm doing, but I can't see what you guys are saying here. I'm going to try to see if I can go in here and what I can see. I can't see it. Okay, I guess that's it.
They're kind of fast.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start going through the questions. So the first one here, let's see, from Natasha Simmons. Thank you for leaving the questions. She says, hello, hair twin sister. I'm following your hair progress because it's so similar to mine. My hair anniversary is May 5th. I started off with 24 to 26 inches of loose natural hair, which is fine. I have 3B to 4A textures. My questions are, is your hairline or retwist in line with the rest of your hair, or do you have to retwist it more often? With my retwist, number one, even when I was on my loose natural hair journey, I never really had to, somebody interrupted me. I didn't necessarily need a neat look. So when I need a retwist, it really doesn't bother me. I just spritz it with water and I keep going. So I don't have to retwist my edges more than the middle part of my hair. It does get looser, especially in the back, because I was on habit of pulling my hair up so high, which I'm trying not to do this month because of the slippage that I'm having, but I don't retwist until it's time to retwist. has having locks changed your personality, and have you influenced anyone in your family or circle to start their lock journey? It has not changed my personality. I feel like my locks go better with my personality. And then as far as influencing people, my friends are definitely curious. I think too because they're not really used to seeing these sort of locks. And so they're curious about it. I don't know if anyone is ready to jump over that hill yet, but they're definitely curious. My cousin actually came down for Thanksgiving, and she was ready to, she's like, you know, because she's been wearing wigs. She's like, you know, I kind of think that I want to do that. So we'll see. I'll keep watching her and see if she come on over to this side. Any plans in the near future to combine? So I talked about that a little bit earlier, is that I have already combined some locks. I don't think I'm going to do them unless I have some that I feel like look a little bit unhealthy with thinning, or if, because during my process when I got started, I mean, I had never done this before, I did do some locks that I feel like were too small. So when I find them, I have been combining them for stronger locks. And do you have a daily moisturizing routine? Do you braid and band on wash days? I do moisturize my hair. I have a spray bottle that I fill with rose water and also extra virgin olive oil. Y'all know I love my oil. I still use it. I do that maybe every 2 to 3 days. I'll spritz my hair. I have a little spritzer bottle that I got from Amazon. As far as wash days, okay, I do braid and band, and I'm even more making sure that I'm doing that because I tried 1 month not to. You know, you'd be watching YouTube and stuff. I do the same thing, y'all. And so, you know, there were some people who were new in their journey and they were not braiding and banding. So I gave it a try. And because of that, I do have some locks where there was some bunching. And it's nothing bad where I feel like I have to cut the lock or start over, but I did notice that difference. I don't feel like in any way my locks are ready to just freely be washed. I have to keep them braided and banded when I do that. All right, and any plans to color your hair in the future? Even during my loose natural hair journey, I did not color my hair. Now, let me tell you, with these locks, the gray is showing, honey. I mean, so for those of you who don't know and who may be a little bit newer to my channel, I have 2 children and they're teens now. I know, I don't look it, but no, they're teens now, and you know, it shows all here. I mean, honestly, I kind of like having the gray because I feel like everyone mistakes me as, you know, in my 20s and not where I am, which I'm not ashamed to tell, but I'm not telling. So I like having the gray because it does give me an older appearance, but I don't know, it just depends on, you know, how it looks and how I'm feeling. If I do decide to put a little bit of a black rinse on my hair, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And her last question, because she says, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna leave space for somebody else to ask some questions. Have you experienced unraveling and how do you combat it? I'm really surprised because the back of my hair is so fine, but I haven't had any unraveling. I've had problems with slippage, and I'll talk more about that in this video later on because I think someone else asked a question, but no unraveling, just slippage. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Natasha Simmons. All right, we got another one here. African Doll, thank you for your question. So she says, how often do you retwist your hair? And are you experiencing any slip, or are the sister locks coming undone? See, she was right on time. I retwist my hair, I'm gonna be honest. So my plan was once a month, and I guess it's kind of been that, but like every 6 to 7 weeks, I've been retwisting my hair. I, again, have been experiencing slippage. So I work out. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I work out. I love to work out. Quarantine took me down for a couple of weeks, and you know, I put on a couple of pounds. So yeah, I work out, but I had been putting my hair up in a high bun. I'm so used to doing that, but because that hair is so fine, it was just stretching out the hair at the roots, and in the back, I had a lot of really bad slippage, which I was able to fix. But now what I'm doing this month is just when I work out, I'm putting my hair in a low bun because I just don't think right now my hair is just not mature enough to pull up like that. All right, thank you for your question. We have Edge Dion. Do you have any regrets on locking your hair? FYI, guys, I see stuff in the chat, but it's on a different screen. I have no idea what I'm doing here, so I'm going to get over there and...
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm going to get over there. Do you have any regrets on locking your hair? No way. I'm going to say this today, and we're going to mark the calendar. It's December 19th. I have no regrets. This is so far the best decision that I've made about my hair. I just feel like for where I am in my life and who I am, it just works best for me. I'm not going to necessarily say it's low maintenance, but it's definitely a lot easier than when my hair was loose. I mean, I feel like I can get up, you know, it used to be stressful when my husband, he gets these moments on the weekend and he's like, you know, let's just go get some coffee. And with my loose hair, I'm like, child, do you see this? I can't just go. But now I can just take my locks, throw them up in a cute bun or something, and I feel like I'm always ready. So I love that. No regrets yet, and hopefully never. I have plans. I see myself fully gray in these, so. How long, this is Shannon Edison. How long does it take to retwist? So my retwists are getting easier and easier. I'm so glad that I made a decision to do my journey the way that I wanted to. I tried interlocking just because it was the most popular or talked about thing to do. And I knew that there was no way that I would want to commit to that long term. So I'm so glad I decided to retwist. My first few times doing it, it took me like maybe 6 hours, sometimes 7 hours. My last retwist that I did a couple of weeks ago took me 4 hours. So I'm super excited. I decided to retwist my hair. It's just so much easier. And yes, you do have to deal with, you know, it doesn't stay looking fresh, I guess as some people say, as long. So it is kind of about the look that you want. And for me, again, it doesn't really bother me. I'm never looking for just a sleek look with my hair. And it was never that way for me when I was, you know, loose natural. But she's thinking about locking her hair. She's just nervous about it. So y'all give Shannon some, you know, encouragement if you are locked. Let me tell you, again, it's the best decision that I've made. I had, you know, someone come on Instagram and when they saw my hair was locked, aren't you afraid about not having options? I can put my hair in a bun. I can do two-strand twist out, braid outs. I can do the same thing that I did when I had loose natural hair. So I don't see any. I haven't lost out on anything. Beautifully Bethany 7. She says, do they ever tangle together or get intertwined? They do. I mean, my hair is so tightly coiled. I knew that would be an issue, which is why when I did my Microlocs, I tried to go down as far as possible. I really didn't want the loose hair, even though I still have some. So sometimes those little coils at the end, which now are getting the little buds at the end, which I'm so happy about. So they're not tangling as much, but yes, my hair they tangle around each other, and I just try to make sure that I go in, keep them moisturized, number one, that's a key, and then I'll go through like this just to make sure nothing is sticking together. And we have SB25 who's asking about the retwisting, and I kind of just touched on some of that about how is the retwisting going for you, any issues or tips for people who want to try this method. I have found that a lot of people are really curious about the retwisting because you see a lot about the interlocking. When I made the decision to do the retwisting, I talked to locticians who were already doing it, so I'm not reinventing the wheel. I want to make that clear. And I follow a lot of locticians who do retwisting. But it's going good for me. Now I'm down to 4 hours to do my retwist. and I haven't had any issues with it. I think the key is probably finding the best product. I'm not going to necessarily share a product that I'm using because I haven't found anything staple. I am going to give a shout out to African Hair Guide, who I reached out to. He didn't have to respond to me, but he did. I love him, but he's so helpful. I asked him about a recommendation, so I'm gonna try it and see how I feel about it. But again, so far so good. I haven't had any issues. I love the appearance of the retwist. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. We're 5 months in and I haven't changed and I haven't went back. So it's going good so far. Karen Johnson, what surprises you most in your lock journey thus far? Is there something that you learned about your hair that you weren't aware of before? Looking good as always and seeing all the buds. Yes, girl, there's buds. What surprised me the most? I think what surprises me is each month after a retwist, I feel like they change. There was 1 month, if you follow me on Instagram, and I keep talking about my Instagram because I feel like I'm there a lot more than YouTube, but there was 1 month where my hair just looked like a full wash and go. It did not look like locks at all. And that was so surprising. And then the next month, they were more stretched out and hanging. This month I have, and I'm sorry guys, I'm wearing all black. You know, I'm trying to be cute for y'all on a Saturday, but they're like hanging really low, and they're hanging lower than, you know, most of the locks. So the whole journey is surprising, and I feel like you never know what to expect, which for me is what makes it really exciting. I don't know what these things are going to end up looking like. Yeah, and I think that's it. I answered that question. Dragonfly. Is it okay to wash them and not twist? I talked about that earlier. For me, no. I have to braid and band. I tried it. I have bunching because of that. So right now, my hair is not mature enough for me to wash them and not twist. All right, thank you guys for your questions. Now I'm going over to, what is this? Is this the YouTube chat? Okay, I think I can see it here. I'm coming over to the chat, y'all. So y'all get to see this. Y'all get to see how crazy I really am when I don't edit myself out in my YouTube video. Hey, okay. Hey, Audrey Titchu. I hope I'm saying your name right. Marquita83. Hey, girl. She said your hair is beautiful. Tiana Hicks. Hey, lady. Loving the live chat and the background is gorgeous. Yes, this is my little, so about 2 years ago, before 2 years ago, when we used to do my family, we did like a little family blog and we were looking for a house, and it took a little bit longer than expected, but we did purchase a home 2 years ago, a lot more space. And this is my office / girl cave that I'm actually still working on here. I put a chandelier up in here. I love it. It's my own little space. So if he gets his little man cave, because he has his own office space with his little French doors and stuff, like I want my own space. So this is my little space. JJWJR50, good morning. Tiana asks, what does your daughter think of your locks? My daughter, number one, she's my twin. She wants to do everything that mommy does. I hope she can hear me. She really does. And so she actually went through wanting locks, but she wanted bigger ones. So I knew she was not serious, guys. She's 15 and she loves her big curly hair, but you know, I was like, I'm gonna let her test this out. So I said, okay. So I put her some two-strand twist in and I said, let's just try this. Let's see how long you go. She lasted about a week or two before she wanted her hair out. So, but she loves my hair, just she's not ready. She keeps talking about it though, but we'll see, maybe eventually. Gypsy Girl 80 said they're teens now. Yes, ma'am. My son is grown now. He's grown. Kelly, actually her sweet 16 is coming up, so she wanted a quinceañera style dress, so she's being spoiled as always. We got her dress, so I'll be able to share those pictures and everything with you. We are not having a big party, unfortunately, because my family, we've been really strict and just trying to make sure that we are following through with the quarantine. So, you know, a couple of friends I may allow over with some restrictions, but we're going to make sure it's beautiful. I'm going to get a photographer. I've already hired one, and just make her feel like a little princess that day. And then Miracle Wiley asked about the combining. So I talked about that earlier, that I have combined some. And and we have Gypsy helping me out. She's helping me out answering some of the questions. Thank you, girl. Yumiya Shakir, hopefully I'm not butchering your name, says, thanks for being such a wealth of knowledge and guidance on how to care for natural hair over a decade. And now Microlocs. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That means a lot because, yeah, I've been around for a while here on YouTube. I started off when I had no idea what it was. No one was talking about making money. My first video I got on, no one was wearing makeup. I was in my bed. We were just, you know, having fun when we first started off. I've been around for a long time. We have another question by Tiana. How did you achieve your look today? It looks really stretched out. This is just from wearing, I had a low bun, and honestly, after this retwist, it's been stretched out like this. So it's kind of like what I talked about, these weird transformations that my hair is doing. It's stretched out this month. And I spritzed it with water before I got on the video to try to create like the little wash and go look that I get sometimes, but it's just doing this. So I don't know if that's gonna last or if I'm hitting a new stage, but yeah, this is just after it's been in a bun and I spritzed it with some water. Let's see here. Nita M, hey, your hair is getting longer, so pretty. As I retie, I find that I have to redo some and make them smaller. I said your name right. Thank you, Tiana. Yes. DJ Locked and Fit Fowler, your locks are lovely. I just hit 5 months as well on the 12th. Congratulations. I still feel I'm so early in the journey, but I feel like it's just going by so fast. I really can't wait for them to mature. My sister, she has traditional locks, and I actually used to retwist her hair early in the journey. And they are so gorgeous. They're so long now. They're like mid to lower back, and they're just juicy. They're thick and juicy. So I can't wait for my locks to be mature like hers. Alexis Harrison, hey ma'am. She says, you are beautiful. Thank you so much. How often did you wash in the beginning? Do you condition? I mean, I'm still early in my journey, so I'm washing once a month. So right before my reties, right before my retwist, I wash my hair. I don't put any conditioner in my hair because it's all about knowing your hair. My hair is really fine. I know with my loose hair, y'all saw the big, I'm telling you, it's fine, and it's so soft, especially in the back where I've already had slippage issues. It would be a mistake for me to condition back there. Heavy on the Shay, am I saying that right? Or on the Shy? Beautiful hair, thanks for sharing. All right, we have Mia Naomi Post. How often do you get them to look like a layered, how do you get them to look like a layered cut? Your hair is so pretty. I love that it doesn't look like one particular style. True. So my hair it's just how my hair grows. Even if you see my loose natural hair, my hair, it just grows in this shape. So I didn't do any sort of cut before I did my locks. It's just how it grows. Living my blessed life, loving your hair loose or locked. Plus I be seeing you in the extreme workouts. Girl, yes, I mean, you know, the older you get, the harder it is to maintain. I recognize that. Not only that, I recognize, you know, there are some things in my family history that is just passed down. I lost my grandmother really young. My grandmother was in her early 30s, so I never met her. I lost my mom in her early 40s. My mother, before she died of cancer. She made me promise, you know, to take care of myself and to be consistent in healthcare and then also fitness. And that's a promise that I plan to keep. So it's really important to me. Tayana, yeah, go find that first video that I did on YouTube. I think I know it's still on my channel. I don't know if I hid it from you guys, but if I did, I'll make sure after this weekend, I'll go back and make it public, because no shame. I was a little baby. Jonah C. Yes, it looks like it's grown a lot. Yeah, I definitely feel like it has grown. So, Davier MBA. I know you have a life, but we need more videos. You calling me out. I know, I know. Let me tell you, oh my gosh. I remember when I was doing, I was a stay-at-home mom, which wasn't in my natural nature, let me tell you. I was raised by women from Mississippi, okay? These women are some of the hardest workers I know, still to this day, even with my aunt, like I just respect them so much. And so it wasn't in my heart, but I started doing YouTube full time, which kind of, helped me with a little bit of that. But then there were some things that kind of, I just wasn't 100% in. And I started working, and I'm actually still working for the company I was working for like almost 7 years ago. So, I love what I'm doing, and I finished my degree earlier this year. So, sometimes it'd be a lot. And then I have a teen, and I have a grown son, which I don't have to worry about anymore. But my daughter, I'm trying to get her out too. Go, go, go. So, but I'm trying, and that's why I am doing this, so that I can, let me tell you, I appreciate you guys so much, because I haven't been consistent in the past years. I ran into a couple of bumps in the road with YouTube, but you guys stay faithful, and I want you to know that I recognize that. So I'm trying to come up with ways that I can be here for you guys, and I can share this journey. So I'm working on it. We'll see. I don't want to miss anyone. Language learning sweetie pie, congrats on 5 months. I hit 5 months on December 22nd. Congratulations. Natural Ja, she has new vids on Wednesday and Sunday, okay? She says, hey, great to see you. Love the locks. Living my blessed life. What is your best suggestions for someone that is considering getting sister locks or microlocs? I mean, I think it's all about you. It's make sure that you want to commit. I don't necessarily think it's this huge thing that you have to analyze. You just need to ask yourself, do you want the commitment? And that if you make the decision, are you prepared to go through the process of combing them out or starting over again? But it's up to you, how you're feeling spiritually, mentally, emotionally. I've been wanting to lock my hair since years ago when my sister did it. When I did my second big chop, I actually wanted to lock my hair, but I wasn't 100% yet. So I wanted to do something. I cut my hair. Y'all know women, when we want to do something great, what we do, we start messing with our hair, and that's what I did. So let's see. Jonah C, I have traditional locks too, just hit 2 years this month. Congratulations. I love traditional locks. My sister locks are so juicy. I'm like, look at these things. How do you keep your retwist from coming down, says Love Lisa. So what I've been doing, so the first 2 months in, I had no clue what I was doing, and my retwists were not lasting. But what I do is when I retwist my hair, I notice that they start like creating their own little 2-strand twist. So I let each section stay like that, and then I just put it up in an updo for about a week. After a week, I feel like they stay in place, and so that retwist lasts a lot longer. And you know what? I'll plan to do a video to show you guys that process. Yes, she said, please like this video. Guys, please hit the like button. Hit the like button, honey. Diana Shines. Hey, good morning. Good morning, girl. I'm probably late on this, but good morning, girl. Living my blessed life. Yes, she said, oh, bless your heart. You're doing great and making them proud. I hope so, honey. Yes, thumbs up. Nita M, love seeing the changes. Many content creators are coming from straight natural to locks. It encourages me. Yes, I mean, a lot of us have been here so long, so you get to see these transitions with our hair just strictly because there are transitions going on with our life. Okay, thank you, babe. So, and then I see my sister here. I was just talking about you. Max Moore is my sister, my best friend. In school, we were so close that people did not believe that we were siblings, and we still have that, like, if y'all want to see a different side of me, you have to mess with my sister. And with her, she's just crazy and rude all the time. But that's my sister. She has beautiful locks, Max Moore. Natural J.A. or Ja. She's tuning in from Jamaica. I need a trip. I need a trip, ma'am. Can I come? Can I come see you? And then Miracle Wiley says, more videos when I have time and more music. I'm actually, should I spill this? I have new music. I have new music. It's not a completed project, but I'm not gonna say any dates, but I do have a plan to release a song that I've been holding. I actually wrote an inspiration from my sister. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I have music and I have been writing so that I can have a completed, hopefully a 7-part 2 is what I want. But I want it to be right. And I'm really battling because there's a part of me too that I want to intertwine gospel. I just feel spiritually that's what I want. So I just have to see how that looks in a completed project, or if it needs to be separate. So, well, guys, so it's the end of my chat. I went a little bit over. I wanted to do 30 minutes. I'm going to plan to do this again every time that I have on my monthly checkups. And then I'll fill in hopefully with some of these videos where I feel like there needs to be some more visual explanation for you guys. But again, I appreciate you. Make sure that you click the thumbs up. And yeah, I'll see you guys again. Thank you. Now, how do I shut this thing down?